Hi, friends, and welcome back. So, we have been talking a lot about Black excellence, about capitalism, and how I'm against both of those things. And because I've been talking about that, I've gotten a lot of comments with people talking about how I'm anti money. And that's not true. I think money is great. Money can solve a lot of issues. If we give money, we can help other people, we can eat well, live well. But one thing I'm very clear about is that money is a tool, it is a resource, it is not the goal, right? So money is a resource and a tool to help me get to my goal, but money is not the goal. Like I'm not making money just to make money. I'm making money to get enough to live my own dream and then be able to give from that. And I think the problem is that with capitalism, it's all about greed. Like I talked about in my last video, greed is insatiable. That's what my husband said, right? Like greed is insatiable. There is no end, there is no bottom, right? There is no enough. But once we determine what enough is, I don't think that there is anything inherently wrong with wanting money. It's okay to want money. Again, money gives us opportunity, access, choices, resources, connections, right? Information, education. So there's nothing wrong with wanting money, but we have to determine what that money is going to go towards. If we're just acquiring money for the sake of getting money, we will do it by any means necessary. We will even forfeit our own dreams, our own path. We will throw people under the bus, right? We will take our morals and flush them down the toilet trying to achieve being rich or wealthy just for the sake of being wealthy. For me, I have dreams. I have dreams and they require money. I want to be a singer. I want to travel. I want to give to folks, and that requires money. But again, I have a goal for my money, and I also have an idea of what enough is. Again, with Americanism, there is no enough. There is no bottom. It's just about more, acquiring more, being the richest, being the fastest, being the best. And a lot of us get lost in the acquiring, or the chasing of the money, that we lose our souls. Money is not evil. Like I know a lot of people say like, "Oh, money is evil." No, it's the love of money and what you will do for that money that is evil. Money in itself is not evil. It's money. It's paper, right? It's something that we gave value. But what people do for that money, that determines if it's evil or not. The evil comes from our heart. It doesn't come from the money itself, right? So we have to make that distinction. And while we're talking about overworking and being exhausted, I think that the love of money also ties into living to work versus working to live. A lot of us are living to work. A lot of us are living to work. Everything that we do has to be monetized. Everything is about survival, right? For a lot of us. A lot of us are not rich. A lot of us are not wealthy, right? A lot of us is just trying to make ends meet. But there are some people who work to live. They work just enough to be able to live their life. But some of us don't put those boundaries in place so that we can actually live the life that we want to live. We're always about acquiring more. For some people that I follow on the internet, right? They make enough money to live the life that they want to live. Like, okay, if I can live off of $20,000 a year, then I only need to make $20,000 a year. I don't need to go for the job that's going to earn me six figures. I don't need to be a millionaire. I don't need to work 80 hours a week to get this money. I have enough, and then I'm going to live the rest of the year. I think that's beautiful. I think that's mind blowing. I think that's like changing the narrative with money. I think that's changing this idea that like we need to acquire more. If we are content, if we know what enough is for us, then we're able to live a full and vibrant life, not tied to always chasing more money. Because honestly, what kind of life is that? That sounds sad. It sounds empty. It sounds lonely, right? Like you have all this money, maybe, or maybe you're just tired, right? Maybe at the end of the day, you're doing all this work in hopes to live a beautiful life, but before you know it, you're working your life away. Your life is gone. Your communication, your community is gone, right? All the things that you valued are gone. So how do we change this? I think that we need to question what we value. What do we want? What do we really want? Do we want $1,000,000 or do we want security? Do we want $1,000,000 or do we want community? Do we want connection? Do we want to feel like we are enough? Do we feel like if we acquire all this money, then I'll be worthy, then I'll be enough, right? So if you want to feel like you're enough, maybe money is not going to answer it. It's not. Money is not going to answer that. It could buy you therapy to help you, get to the root of those issues. But really, we have to deal with our own self-worth and value to be able to see ourselves as worthy in the first place, because money will never satisfy that. There's always more money to get, always more money to acquire. It'll never be enough. This also goes back to that other video I talked about how we need to focus on being happy, and how being happy is not out there or at some random number in our bank account. Being happy is now, right? We have the choice to be happy now. And even with the money that we have the option to be happy now. Go for a walk. That's free. You know what I'm saying? Like, talk on the phones with your friends. I mean, that might not be free because you got to pay the bill. But you know what I'm saying? Like, everything that brings joy in our life doesn't have to be expensive. It doesn't have to be a lot of money. It could just be us living, being present, being in the moment with the people who matter most. So I don't want y'all to get confused. I am not for people being poor. I'm not for people struggling. I am not for people romanticizing poverty. There's nothing romantic about that. I am for people living a full and abundant life, but I want them to understand that money is not the goal. Money is not the goal. It is a resource. It is a tool. You're worth so much more than money. Money cannot put anything to you, can't hold a candle to you, right? So we should stop trying to acquire money just to have it, but have a goal for our money. And I think that we can live a full life and a vibrant life without having to be greedy, without having to always be consuming or acquiring, because acquiring things does not bring happiness. I will say, though, people do say money doesn't bring happiness. I disagree. I think that if you have money, you can be happy. If you're not struggling to eat or pay your bills, that makes you very happy. But I also want to be clear that there is no amount of money that will make you happy. You have to choose happiness for yourself. And so that means finding contentment, like finding whatever that enough is. And when you reach that enough, that no anything extra is extra. You can give that, you can save that, but it doesn't make you more valuable or more important. Money is the tool, it is not the goal. Even for myself, I don't want to work hard. I don't want to work all of my years away. I'm not interested in just acquiring wealth just to acquire it. But I want to make enough money so that I can actually live my life. And that's the difference between living to work and working to live. Living to work means that work consumes you. That's all you think about. That's all you want to do is make money. Like, you're living to work. And a lot of people are living to work because they're forced into those situations. Let me be clear. So some people have to live to work because that's where they are. They might be poor. They might be struggling. They might be going through financial hardship, right? But some people are also choosing to live to work as if their life's worth and their life's meaning is to work, is to labor, right? But on the flip side, if we're working to live, we're working to earn enough money to actually live our life, right? We're working to pay for our home that we can actually live in, that we can actually have people stay with us, that we can actually raise our children in. We're earning the money so that we can go on vacation and have a great time. We're earning the money to make ends meet, yes, but also to live a life, to do things for fun. And a lot of people are not having fun because they're trying to acquire money. They are living to work instead of working to live. So a lot of people have that fancy car but can't drive nowhere except to work. A lot of people have that big house but can't live in it. Don't even know what rooms have what in it because they're working all the time, right? And that in itself sounds like a prison and a trap because, again, greed has no bottom. There is no enough. And when there is no enough, when there is no boundary, you keep going. We need boundaries. We need markers. We need a moment to say, I have enough. That's good, right? Like we need to have a moment where we can actually be people. But if we're always working, we're not able to be people. We're always going to be a machine. And that is enslavement. No matter how much money you have, you are a slave to your money. And that is a problem. So again, to wrap up, yes, money is great. Money is wonderful. I want money. I want money. I want ease. I want access. I want resources. But I'm not willing to give up my life for it. I'm not willing to just live to work. I'm working to live. There's a goal in mind. And there isn't enough for me, right? And it doesn't come at $1 million. Like, there is enough for me, and it doesn't require me to throw away my whole life, all of this pleasure and enjoyment that I'm experiencing right now, just sitting in my backyard in the grass, right? I don't have to miss out on this working for money. So no, I don't want people to be poor, but I also don't want people to be enslaved to their coin, enslaved to their jobs, enslaved to this idea that when they earn enough, then they'll be happy. Because a lot of people spend all their lives earning money and then pass away and never really live a life. So don't let that be you. Have a goal for your money. Have an enough. Determine what enough is for you. It's probably going to have to exist outside of this paradigm of Americanism, outside of consumerism, outside of the American dream, because there is no enough with them. Like, there is no enough. You're going to be slaving away for years with no end in sight. But if you take your life into your own hands and determine what is enough for you, then you can start to actually live. And that is my wish for you, that you would live and live freely. So I love you. I'll talk to you on the next video. And if you like this video, check out this video. And I'll see y'all later. Bye.